Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? I thought I would do a kitchen table haul because I spent the whole weekend at a reseller meetup. Yes, Sheryl, Shiny Squirrel, and I both went to the Plains to Profit meetup here in Omaha, Nebraska, hosted by Alicia the Ink Picker, Grams and Pops Vintage. That's Teresa and Corey. They did a phenomenal job, guys. It was so much fun. We got to swap stories, spend time, thrift to our heart's content. So, I'm going to be doing a series of 3 videos. Each day will be its own video, otherwise we would be here all day with what we got. So, I'm going to kick it off by showing you some clips that I took throughout the day, and then I'll come back with the haul of what I got from each place. It was a lot, guys. I really didn't plan on picking up that much stuff, but I did. So, grab a drink, grab a snack, pull your chair up, and enjoy our shenanigans. And I'll see you in a bit.
So, ready?
I'm ready. I got my water, I got my bags. The only thing I need is a leash so I don't lose my phone.
I may need a leash. So,
Yeah.
oh, in my hair. In my hair.
I was telling Corey that I need one of those buzzers that you get when you go to the restaurants, so you guys can buzz me and say, oh, "We're leaving in 10 minutes. You better get ready, Sheryl."
I think I need to get Sheryl a shot collar.
That's a little strange.
All right, y'all. We are getting ready to all pack the house. We're at Corey. Corey's going to be performing on the stripper pole later. Or maybe so we're ready to go. Of course, we're at the bands and like Sheryl has filled a box. Sheryl managed to fill a box. I got, look at this, little Millie, found some Millies, whole bunch of needle point. So we're here with a whole crew. And Sheryl is losing her eggs.
Look, I'm getting this
Sheryl,
for Beth.
you don't need any more stuffed animals. You don't need any more dolls.
I'm getting that for Beth, and I'm gonna make a Frankenstein doll out of it.
And Sheryl said I didn't need more dishes. But
Look at all her dishes.
I don't see a problem here. I don't see a problem.
Getting on the bus.
Shut up. Okay, guys, we nearly died getting up the stairs.
Mirror.
And we got a few things.
Do you think they noticed if I took that mirror in there? That they can make...
You cannot steal the hotel room mirror. It's on my credit card.
I can only steal Splendor.
So we're opening mystery boxes and we're auctioning them off, you guys, on the dollar auction on District. If you haven't subscribed to the dollar auction, you need to. Are you being a fun sponge?
Tupperware.
I might have lids at home.
Anybody want Tupperware? Welcome in. Grand CFE.
Everybody needs a puke bucket.
Now we have Steve and Donna doing their live sale. They are unboxing boxes that we got at Forever Exchange on the dollar auction. A really cool, nice Forsheim's blanket. So, then we have resale to arrive. We got Alicia Ink Picker back over here. We got Rod's Relics over here. We got a lot of people here, guys. So now we got Resell to Ride doing their sale. We're having lots of good stuff in these boxes, guys. You gotta come to the dollar auction. That's where it's happening. Oh, look, she's manhandling that box. Dude, she is just ripping.
Did you need a box cutter? Because I got one.
Cheryl's got everything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this, y'all. That's electronics right there. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, these are really heavy. All right, I don't know if we can even do this stuff on.
Okay, our first stop on the party bus thrift was to the Omaha bins. I had never been to the bins until last year, and it was with this same words are hard today. The same group, Place to Profit, and y'all, I am so glad I opened my eyes up to other places to source and was not a snob and said, hey, I'm not digging in bins. It's so much fun. Even if you don't find much, it was so much fun. This particular trip probably wasn't one of the better trips, I'd say, to the bins. Unfortunately, they didn't rotate the bins like they had in the past. Last time we were there, they rotated for us because, you know, you got a big old group of people. I don't know what, 25, 30, 50. I can't remember how many of us came on the bus. But I think we all managed to still find stuff, though, surprisingly. And I'm going to show you a few of the things I found. First, at the very bottom, and I was really surprised these weren't smashed to smithereens, were Millie and Willie salt and pepper shakers. They're in excellent condition because y'all know these are usually all roached out with their paint. But those were good. Oh, look at this little guy. Found this little cupie. He's probably, let's see. I'm thinking he's a Lefton, more than likely, but I was surprised he wasn't broken because literally he was buried and I happened to see him. I also found 3 of the storybook dolls. So I just need to like fix their hair up a little bit, but I know we have collectors. I think these are like sisters. But if you look on the backs of them, they are the storybook dolls. Really surprised to have found them. And in relatively good condition. Let's see. And then I found just kind of like some bits and bobs in there. I did find this cloisonne egg. I needed him like last month, right? But still. So, I may just tuck it in my Easter box, or I may go ahead and list it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I also found this little guy that I thought I would put with my St. Patty's Day stuff. You know, I like to just put things aside as I find them, even if I'm not selling a particular holiday at that time. I do like to just tuck it away in a designated box so that when it comes time to start listing for a holiday, I have all my inventory ready to go. I also found this cute little fossil bag. It's really, really clean on the inside. So I picked it up. You know, I'll probably bring it to like one of my live sales, maybe with Angie, you know, but it's really nice, you know, looks practically brand new to me. at least. I found this little gal, so I thought she'd be kind of neat in like a themed box, like a Victorian themed box or something. And here's what I thought was kind of funny. Her name is Cherise. Y'all remember who Cherise was, right? Then I also found a couple of doilies. We've got this one. So I'm going to soak this in my stuff. And I'll probably put it in a lot. And then we got this purple one. I tend to pick up the more colorful ones now. I've slowed my roll a bit on picking up doilies because I get a lot of them. And then we also found this little Winnie the Pooh. A little like lovey or, you know, a doll blanket, whatever you want it to be. And then I also found like these little Dr. Seuss matching cards. So I'll either give these to Faye or use them as package toppers. You know, if Sky decides she doesn't want her to have those. I found a couple little cookbooks. Look at this American Gothic cookbook. And this Bon Appetit. And I got it because the covers attracted me. And funny enough, those were actually doing well for me on eBay. You know, I typically pick them up at the bins and, you know, just, I guess, price them right and then move. Then I also picked up these two vintage cookbooks. So I'll probably put them in a lot, maybe with the recipe card holder or a vintage apron or something, and do them in a live show. And like I said, the bins are a great place to get package toppers. And for those of you who don't know what package toppers are, mainly for the live sales, we like to put a little package of random bits of ephemera. But I came across these cards and I just thought they were hilarious. So, you know, I picked up the ones that I could find. So I thought they would be really cute in some packages. And I found some other loose ones, and I had to laugh because Misty has a thing about sewing Susan. Well, look, I found Susan. That Susan gets around. It's an inside joke for those of y'all don't know, sewing Susan, you know, with sewing needle packages. And we got David. We got Judgy Ann. Ann's looking a little judgy there. We have, ooh, look, Claire. So these, like I said, will go in this package shot. Philip's looking a little evil there, I'm thinking. Then we got Alfred. Oh, look, there's Anita. So we got all the crew in that little bag. I also found this beautiful copper ship's lantern. And it's called a ship's lantern because it would have rocked with the waves. So I thought that was quite pretty. I've not found a copper one. I have sold the brass ones, but I haven't had a copper one yet. And then I also picked this up because I just thought it was interesting. Look, these little, I'm thinking they're like bun picks, like you put them in your buns. You know, your buns, not your buns down there, but your buns over here. So there's a set of brass and then a set of silver tone ones. So I don't know anything about these, but I was just like, hey, they're cool. I'll pick them up. We'll see what happens. You know, I mean, there are people out there who like to stick things in their hair. I don't have any hair, so I can't stick them in my hair. And then I just found some random pieces of needlework that I will probably, you know, I'll either maybe frame some or just put them up in some lots. But there was different, I mean, there was a whole collection of them. You know, the duck. You know, it always kind of makes me a little sad when I find this stuff because I always wonder whose grandma was working on that. And there was another bunny. And we have a birdhouse. We have America. And these are great for like, if you're repurposing them. I've seen people put them on jackets. I've seen people make pillows, blankets, and different things with the odds and ends. And then we had the Lord's Prayer. Isn't that the Lord's Prayer? Now lay me down to sleep. I thought that was really pretty. So that was everything I picked up at the bins. Like I said, not a huge haul from the bins, unfortunately. Not normally I come home with bags and bags, but you know, that's all right. Some days are better than others, and quite frankly, I really didn't need a ton of inventory. So after that, we loaded back up and got back on our party bus and went on to a little place on Leavenworth called Junk and Treasure. I love this little store. I don't go very often, but you never know what you're going to find in this location. I got, and we got discounts everywhere we went. Well, except for the bins. I found this little piece of doll furniture that somebody had made in '67. But I was like, you know, it makes for a great display piece. You don't have to put dolls in there. You could put shakers. You know, you could do, I don't know. You put this little, you put a little Cupid on there. You can do anything you want with these kind of things. I also picked up, I know there are people out there who love the ribbon tins or other advertising ephemera. So I'll probably do some junk drawer lots, and I will mix in some of these. So I found 2 of these. I love the graphics on them. And then I got the typewriter tin, because I know we do have a community of people that collect the typewriter tins. I found some brass little soldiers and their drums. Check these out. I picked them up and I was like, these are really heavy. These are good. And it turns out these were Unesco. Do you guys know Unesco did these? So I picked up a set of 3 of these. Yeah, they're more Christmas. That's fine. I'll put them up in my Christmas hoard. Or I may go ahead and list these, because like I said, these are heavy. These will sell. I thought those were fabulous. I also picked up, and they don't make their noise anymore, but Salt and Peppy. Their paint is in fabulous condition. They still have their shakers in them. Love these. They're so good. And you know, whenever you shop somewhere, you gotta look everywhere. So I started looking up the walls. After I looked at everything eye level, I started looking up the walls. Look at this piece of pyrography that I got. And this one has 1906 on the back. No idea if it was done in 1906. It's very possible thought it was interesting that it did have a 1906 date on it. But it's a little Dutch girl. Absolutely love that piece. And I'm thinking it is older because I'm looking at how the hanging piece is done. I think it is an older piece. I also, you know, they had a section in there that was like more modern, newer things. And I think some people might have overlooked it. But tucked in there, I did find this Italy Fontanini nativity figure. And I picked this up because when I went to Bedford, I picked up some other Fontanini pieces. So I thought I could just put that up with that listing, you know, because people are always looking for the missing pieces. I also found over there this dog. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, y'all. I didn't know this. He's a tape measure. I was trying to figure out why the tag was around his nose. He's a tape measure. And he still works. Look at that. Look at him. He is Japan. He's got his... Why did they put the stickers on the butt? But he is jointed. He's in really good condition. Sheryl told me how to clean up some of these things. So I'm going to try to give him a little bit of a wipe and see. Because other than that, I really don't see many issues with him. But he's sawdust. He's jointed. He still has his leather collar on him. He's good. He's so good, y'all. So we had him. And like I said, he was tucked in with the stickers. You know, most people just walked by it. I also picked up this. How good is that? She is absolutely gorgeous. No chips or cracks to her. She was San Miro, Japan. Did not pay that. We got a discount, guys. But she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I was over in that sticker area and I found this vintage jewelry box. Oh, it is so good, guys. So good. It was full of crap. I took all the stickers out. I'm not gonna lie, I took them all out. But the inside is still really good. The silk on the inside is in still great condition. So we picked up that little box. And then probably the best find at that particular store, guys. You know I collect Stevens and Williams glass. I love my antique glass. This is going to be painful. The minute I saw this, I knew what it was. Look at this gorgeous piece of custard goodness. This is an antique piece. I'm not sure if you can see. Look at the glow. This thing glows like no one's business. It is so good. It is so good. So that was everything I picked up at Junk and Treasure. Next, we went to Forever Yesterday. We all got that name wrong. We kept getting that name wrong. It is a thrift store where the owners used to do estate cleanouts, and everything would end up at this store. And they have a section that they curate that is higher end, higher prices. And then they have quite a bit of the other vintage at what I would call more thrift store prices. Now, you can go on certain days. Certain days they have better sales. So if there was something in the high-end section that you had your eye on, you could snag it. Most of the time, the prices in the high-end section are more collector prices. Sometimes you can find things that still, you know, have meat on the bone, as they like to say. And then they also sell, a lot of people don't realize, when the original owners had this store, we had quite a bit of rain in Omaha, and the store is located in the basement in the strip mall, and it used to be an old roller rink. Well, unfortunately, that particular location flooded, and there were storage rooms in that location, floor to ceiling, full of U-Haul moving boxes, full of inventory. And I remember when they were going out of business, you know, I asked, I said, what are you going to do with all that? Well, they were talking about just chucking it. Well, that kind of upset me a bit. So, you know, but what are you going to do? I tried talking to them about it, and what are you going to do? Well, they ended up getting a buyer for the store. They originally had 2 locations. So the new buyer took over the skating rink location. Now, what they're doing with those large moving boxes, the ones that didn't get wet, they are selling them unopened as mystery boxes. So I showed you some footage earlier of the dollar auction, which is on District. They opened up their boxes and did a live auction. Everything started at $1. You know, and it's a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to be in that box. I have seen Pyrex. I have seen uranium. I have seen, you name it, in those boxes. But you don't know. They all came out of estates. So I am going to clear my table real quick, and I'm going to show you what I found at Forever yesterday. Okay, so the last stop on our thrift bus was Forever yesterday. Like I explained to you, the history of this thrift store, we got a discount on everything that we bought, and also they hid gold coins throughout the store, and if you found one of the gold coins, you got an extra $5 off. So I got lucky and found a gold coin. So I really got a very nice deal on everything. I picked up this piece of fused glass. I love fused glass. I think it's so pretty. It's perfect. Put, you know, your soap, your trinket, your rings, your jewelry, anything like that on. I also found this set of copper dogs. So this one would be a spaniel, and this one is your a terrier. But these are great. I just love these. But we were on limited time, unfortunately, because it was a Friday, rush hour traffic was going to hit, and we had reservations for dinner. So, oh, well, before I show you the best piece, look at this, guys. Look at this. Isn't this great? It is Japan, and it plays the children's marching song. It's a dog, and it does rock. Isn't that great? Oh my God. It's adorable. I can't believe the arms weren't broken off on it, but it will rock back and forth. So I snagged that. The best find, and I like to think Alicia and a couple of the other resellers that helped me schlep these boxes up. And I believe Alicia had 2 on her lap on the bus. But I found this gorgeous set of Italy Taste Cellar Sigma dishes. Now, I had seen this on another reseller's video who doesn't sell breakables anymore, but I was surprised it was still there. So with the discount and the $5 off, it was well worth picking up. So it was not a complete set, so I'll probably be listing them like as replacement pieces, but still, it's okay. I got 2 mugs. I had several of the soup bowls. Goodness, sorry guys. I still have a tickle in my throat. So, we had several of the soup bowls. I got several dinner plates, salad plates, some shallow bowls, and then also the platter. These are just gorgeous. I think it's upside down. I think it's called the lovebirds pattern, but that was pretty much my find of the weekend. These do really well. I will be listing them on probably Etsy and eBay. Yeah, I was really excited to find those. So, as with any of my hauls, if there was something that you saw that you're interested in, you can always reach out to me at bayoubellevantiques@gmail.com. We can discuss a price. Otherwise, keep an eye on Vamp, Etsy, eBay, even Mercari, because these items are all going to show up somewhere, or some may come to a live sale as well, which I do have a few live sales coming up this month. So, with that, as I always say, give yourself grace, give others grace, because you know it's a crazy world right now, and we just all need to take a deep breath and calm down, because it's going to be okay. Everything will be okay. So, I will see y'all on the next haul, which will be things that Sheryl and I found day 2 as we decided to venture out in Midwest Omaha to do a little thrifting before we came back for some afternoon meetups with our other reseller friends. All right, now, talk to y'all on the next one. Bye now.